Gentlelady from Florida, Ms. Luna, for 5 minutes for her question.
Good afternoon, everyone. One of Congress's duties is to provide robust oversight over Washington, D.C. and its policies. After all, this is a capital city for all Americans. But unfortunately, one of the most egregious crimes occurred in D.C. with absolutely no hearing and no oversight. On March 25th, 2022, a pro-life group received a box containing bodies of 115 children from a worker that was taking it from Washington Surgery Center to be incinerated at a renewable waste facility. Inside the box, along with 110 early-term babies, were 5 full-term babies. I encourage all of you to look at these photos because some of these babies were born alive. The 5 babies are Christopher, a full-term baby boy whose body was almost fully intact; Harriet, a baby who was born with one eye open; Phoenix, a baby that was born in caul, meaning an amniotic sac; and Holly and Angel, 2 babies that were dismembered and mutilated to the point that they are in pieces. Some of my colleagues on this committee say that they care about the safety of children, yet they have failed to turn a blind eye to this awful situation because it does not fit their narrative. And I encourage all of you again to continue, because I see people not looking at these photos, to look at these photos, because this is horrific, and this is known as late-term abortion. The lack of oversight in the situation has allowed Dr. Cesar Santangelo, who has 2 open lawsuits against him for botched abortions, to continue practicing despite these open lawsuits and medical malpractice. Even if you are for choice, you cannot argue that this man should still have his medical license. One of his victims, of which he killed, showed during an autopsy that there were fetal remains lodged in her lung due to the botched abortions. How is this doctor, who is charged up to $12,000 per late-term abortion, still allowed to practice as a medical provider in this city? It is clear that there is no regard for human life, the Hippocratic Oath, or humanity. My questions are as followed. First of all, yes or no, please, Mr. Mendelson and Mr. Allen, are you aware of the situation of the 5 that happened in this past year? Yes or no only, please.
No.
I recall speaking to the Metropolitan Police Department as charges were being brought.
There's still an ongoing investigation, and people are not able to FOIA the information. Is that ongoing investigation still continuing, Mr. Penburton?
I don't know the answer to that. I'm not familiar with this investigation.
I understand that you all recently went through a big D.C. criminal code rewrite. Was there anything that would have made the murder of these children, as it appears some of these children were born alive, one of which had suffered on her own amniotic fluid in sac?
The revised criminal code, which is not law, would not have changed the law with regard to this.
In recent years, the D.C. Council has passed several abortion laws, most of them while you've been under leadership, Mr. Chairman. While the D.C. Council has worked to protect doctors like Santangelo, who have killed women and refused to protect the lives of children, what are you doing for the victims?
The D.C. Council and the government does support choice. However, if
a woman was
murder,
killed and this man still has his medical license.
We don't support that.
So would you support the removal of his medical license and to shut that down?
If the allegations are true, yes.
The autopsy, sir, just so you know, I'm not trying to be rude, but the autopsy did confirm that lung tissue, or that fetal remains were found in her lung tissue. Just so you're aware. There's a belief that Dr. Santangelo violated this statute. Are you going to be updating the laws to ensure that this doesn't happen in the future for anyone else?
Not quite sure how to answer that. If this is criminal, then there's no need to update the statute to make what is criminal criminal.
I believe that we're talking about, sorry not to clarify, but regarding the late-term abortion, sir, some of these babies were apparently born alive, and one of the issues that we're hearing is that these babies are still in the local morgue, and we've been unable to actually locate a pathologist to run the autopsies because people don't want to touch it because it is such a politicized case. But in my opinion, when you have a child that's born alive and there's been something already passed to protect children that are, again, born alive, that this shouldn't have taken place altogether. It is criminal. We're asking for your help. Will you help?
I know your time's ticking down, but while I can't replace charging decisions by the U.S. Attorney's Office or MPD,
Will
be
you help
happy
so
to
that
follow
this
up
doesn't
with you
happen
after the
again?
hearing.
Thank you. Thank you. And to finish out, I want to let you guys know that I'm appalled by this situation. I appreciate your willingness to look into this case, but I do believe that because of what's happened in Washington, D.C., with the lack of oversight to include within the criminal codes of this city to see what's actually taken place, I would fully support removing the home rule, and I don't believe that D.C. will ever be a state. Thank you, Chairman. I yield my time.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on your notifications so every time I put out a video, you can know about it. It'll come up in your feed. Hit that like button if you liked it. And be positive. Peace.